Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen, gather round for a discourse of the most notable, the most revered, the most glorious over the top concepts in all of comics honor. Yes, the elusive virtue that heroes and villains alike claim to possess like it's going out of style. Well, what does honor really mean in the world of spandex clad, cape wearing, superpowered beings? Let's begin with this. First off, superheroes and honor go together like peanut butter and justice. They're constantly saving the day, making the tough choices, and sticking to their moral code like it's their superhero uniform. But villains, oh, villains, they have a different take on honor. For them, it's more like, I'll betray you in a minute if it suits me in my evil plan. Which, let's face it, it's very honorable, and that's not very honorable at all. But wait, let's not forget about the anti-heroes, those brooding, morally gray types who live in the shadows. They're all about honor, too. But their vision is like, I'll save the day, but I'll do it in my own way. Don't expect me to follow your rules, society. That's right. They play by their own murky moral code. And what about these epic showdowns between heroes and villains? It's like a battle of honor. They trade quips, throw punches, and exchange moral lectures like they're debating the meaning of life. You have no honor. Oh yeah? Well, you cheated last time. It's like a never-ending drama series with superpowers. So whether you're a hero, a villain, or somewhere in between, honor in comics is like a North Star. It guides their action, fuels their epic battles, and gives us fans something to debate endlessly. Because in the end, whether you're wearing a cape or plotting world domination, honor, no matter how you define it, is what makes these characters truly super. Stay honorable, folks. Until next time, keep reading these comics and remember truth, justice, and a good dose of comic book mayhem. I am J.Crager. Welcome to For Comic's Sake. If I could fuck that up anymore, I would. I am actually going to bring on your host, my co-host and writer extraordinaire, William Perdomo.
Hello. And, maybe it's my dementia setting in, but I want you, who'd you remind me of? You remind me in looks and in cadence of the of the Oatmeal Man. I forgot his name, because he's forgettable in every film he's in, because that's like what he's made his career on.
I'm obviously working on that. It looks like we're not streaming to X tonight because I just got this little thing that says a premium account on X is required in order to stream on the platform. You can subscribe on X or stream to a different destination.
Oh, bastards.
They are. They really are sons of bitches, man. What about them? Like, that's fucking terrible. Now I have to really do that? What other destination do I have here?
Like maybe like Rumble or something like that.
I don't have a gay ass Rumble account, so I don't.
What is his name? The guy who was like the diabetes spokesman. He was in The Thing. He was in Caravan of Courage.
Brimley.
Wilford Brimley. You reminded me a lot of Wilford Brimley just now.
I love Wilford Brimley. Diabetes and diabetes testing supplies.
But he made a whole career of basically being forgettable. You know what I mean?
Except in The Thing, he was awesome. While we're chit-chatting, we should actually bring on the reason we're here. Wolfsbane Comics, spelled with a U. Let's get Aaron Jordan in here. How are you, Aaron?
Veteran.
Pretty well. Thank you for having me on, guys.
Dude, I'm sorry you had to put up with that nonsense.
Oh, what nonsense? That's pretty hilarious.
He looks like Wilford Brimley?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. But.
Yeah, diabetes.
He has a luscious head of hair, unlike Wilford Brimley, who had like a comb over.
I do. When I'm not wearing a hat, I still have my hair, which, I'm getting old. It's going to thin out. I know it.
Have you seen The Thing, Aaron?
Which one? The original or the remake?
Yeah, the John Carpenter, the 82 one.
Yeah. I have not.
Oh, okay. Well, he was in The Thing, and he had some... I was going to quote, because he had some fairly famous lines, like, I'll kill you, and that
so good.
Was he the main guy?
No, that's Kurt Russell.
Okay,
Yeah.
It is an ensemble piece, but Kurt Russell is obviously the star.
makes sense.
So here's what I have to tell you to the chat. Considering that Twitter has decided that I can't stream there because I don't have a premium account and I don't have a chance to set it up right now, could y'all just kind of go pimp this out on Twitter so maybe we'll get more than 5 people watching? It'd be amazing.
So we won't be so lonely.
Yeah. Remember, you got to be in the fucking chat for me to draw your thing too, so you better all come. You know the fucking rules.
Yes. The thing of your choosing, not the thing. Never mind. Hello, Tokame. Hello, boss. How are you? And welcome. Hello, Allie. And she's probably not here. She probably ran off to go to her reading or sewing circle.
Fair
the
enough.
ever elusive Mr. Bascombe, who comes in to say hello, then runs off like the little coward that he is. Marco, I am so sorry last week. I had baby mama drama, and it kept me from coming on and making a good experience for you. And I apologize, my friend. Next time I won't do that. I'll kick her ass out.
He'll be back.
Mr. Zablo, welcome, and thank you for missing me. I appreciate it. And I added your Carter to the suggestion because you seem to forget.
Do you know how many? Do you know how many songs got flagged like on my copyright thing for the last stream that I did? I literally played like 10 songs live. Like,
yeah, I was thinking that it was all that stuff from Pump Up the Volume, and I'm like, how you not gonna get flagged for that?
Oh, dude, I totally like went and looked at it, and because I guess I got it from people who've been on there, but they don't own the copyright either. They're not going to flag me for copyright because they don't own the copyright, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the major companies haven't flagged me at all. It's unflagged currently. And it kind of blew my mind because they're super good. Their AI is fantastic. Because it picked out every song, knew everything, knew every album it was on. Like, it just nailed all of it. The exact times it was in the show. It was impressive.
They took Prince's consciousness, who was like an expert at flagging people for like, you could just whistle Prince and he would flag you. So they put him in AI, and then they directed it at people playing unlicensed music.
Yeah, he didn't die. He just became AI.
Yeah, like the Lawnmower Man. He just got out of the system.
Yeah, exactly. He's not Prince anymore. So he's something else now.
He's the AI formerly known as
Prince. That's fucking fresh as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think he wired up Paisley Park like that? It wasn't just to keep tabs on his employees so he could get out when he was finally expired in his moral coil.
I never even thought about that, man. That's just beyond my pay grade. But now that you've said it, it's yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
Can you say hello to Moromi, please?
Yeah, man. Say fucking hi to that guy. Hi, buddy.
And finally, Mr. Zablo. Don't forget Brimley on horseback with Dynamite and Hard Target. Yes, again, he's forgettable. He wasn't Hard Target. He was his uncle. He was his Cajun uncle.
He was so awesome. I love Wilford.
And do what Craig says right there to share it on X. And with that, we said hello to everybody. Now let's get to our guest. And shall we? Do you know how this works, Aaron? Do you know what we do?
Not entirely sure, but I'm willing to find out.
Well, we're gonna do the Wheel of Pain, which is every week these degenerates in our chat suggest something, and they get their greedy little rat claws on original art that they suggest.
Yeah.
Well, that's
do.
Are you ready, Aaron?
I am ready.
Let's do the Wheel of Coom. Oh, well, this one's been a recommendation every week. There we go.
Wow.
Good brother. We
I still have your other drawing, Gordon.
Well, you got two now.
Well, he has to be here too. Like, where the hell is he?
Well, he'll come in a minute. I mean, this happened every time when somebody hasn't been in the room. They kind of file in when they kind of know. They get the dog whistle and they come running.
They do. They do.
Again, they're little rodents. Their rat claws gonna chew through the wall to get at the cheese.
I mean, this is going to be easy, so this isn't even hard at this point.
Oh, so that's what he said.
Oh my god!
Oh, dang. Must be a real dysfunction, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it's a chick in a bikini, man. Like, it's not. Doesn't have to be like overthought.
Well, I mean, it's Fire and Ice,
It is.
which was one. Have you ever seen that film, Aaron?
But Fire and Ice, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Well,
was
how
like-
old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay, well, see, I'm expecting too much of you.
So he's a youngin. He's a youngin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll just sit back and nod politely.
Well,
That's okay. So Fire and Ice was a concept that was created by Frank Frazetta. And it, you know, what's really funny is some of the like painters who worked on Fire and Ice became very famous painters later in life. One of them was Thomas Kincaid.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and he worked on Fire and Ice. And you know, he did background cells and stuff like that. Anyways, it's something Frank Frazetta came up with. And they turned it into this thing, this idea. And I believe it was Ralph Botchke that drew it, or his company did, if I'm correct. So somebody out there in fucking viewer land could probably tell me the difference. But yeah, man. So that's cool because I'm just getting the stack of stuff ready to go out in the mail finally because I've been slammed. I thought I was gonna have like Tuesday. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. I woke up in the worst way. It was so terrible, and it affected me through the rest of the week. It was kind of weird. So I really didn't get much done besides try to help myself. Ooh, that might be nice.
welcome back, Tokame. Welcome back, Seth.
It took me. So it wasn't fun. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I had everything but the shortness of breath. And I've never kind of felt like that, and it scared me, and I ended up having to go like do my blood pressure and stuff and check to see like what was out of whack with me, and just tried to relax. So, and I've been feeling fatigued, but it might just be because I'm old, you know? So, yeah, being
Well,
old
since
sucks.
We're talking about an older film. I'm always interested to ask people in Aaron's age range.
Yes.
You know, something got you into this. You know, it made you insane enough to want to do crowdfunding and try to be a writer for a living. You know, what are the big influences? Someone around your age bracket. You know, because it's funny what it is. It's like 90s is the classics for you guys. Like you're around the same age as Phil, and he's obsessed with the 90s, right? And it's like that's funny that's like classic stuff to them now. It's that age where it was like my teenage years. So what got you into this? Like what's an influence on you?
So I would say the classic Spider-Man comics for one, Raimi Spider-Man. I did read a lot of the classic literature like Frankenstein, Dracula, The Invisible Man. So it's like a whole bunch of works that I like considered relatively old now. That's pretty much what got me into it. And I actually writing comics. I'd say I got in right around the time I found out like people were using like Kickstarter and stuff.
And because the reason I asked that because there's always one movie or one book or one comic that does it for you. It's not a series; it's one thing that you saw and went, what is that? I'm now into that. You know, what's the one thing?
The one thing.
That's the furthest back you can go.
Spider-Man 2.
Okay, so
The movie?
When did it come out? 2001?
I think it was like 2004 because Spider-Man 1 was 2002, and that came out 2 years before Spider-Man 2. But yeah.
Okay. And so so you're 27, right?
Yes.
So you would have been like what? It's like 4 years old or something like that.
I believe so. Yeah.
So that was so you saw that on TV. I'm assuming you didn't see that in the theaters.
Oh no. My I think my parents bought me the actual DVD for my birthday. No, it was my uncle. He bought me the DVD on there. I think for my 6th birthday. It was a pretty good film. I watched that a whole bunch of times.
Now I'm thinking, because when I was a kid, it was RoboCop and Star Wars, but RoboCop more than anything. Right? These are very analog films. And now I'm trying to put myself in a 4-year-old brain in 2002 being bombarded with something like Spider-Man, because for guys like Crager and I suspect a lot of the audience, that was an event, man. That was an event because we didn't get a lot of superhero movies.
Yeah, especially good superhero movies.
Yeah. And what did we have? We had Superman, which was the seminal one. You know, you will believe a man can fly, you know, the Richard Donner one.
Right.
So that was the first one that proved they were viable because it was a big hit.
And then Batman.
Batman '89, dude, was like Kevin Smith said, people were cutting that shit into their foreheads, you know? It's crazy that summer.
It was.
And then there was nothing, even though that movie did gangbusters, maybe because the subsequent 3 didn't do the business of the first one. I know. No, Batman Forever did really well. If it was a big hit, the Schumacher one.
Right. Oh yeah, with
Bat Nipples.
Val Kilmer, yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, it was a big hit because it kind of, you know, I like Batman too, but it's basically a Tim Burton movie.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which is not a bad thing because Michelle Pfeiffer's pretty banging in that movie.
Oh my God, she was so awesome as Catwoman.
Yeah, and I think that was a big complaint at the time was she was too sexy.
Oh, she was awesome.
I'm not complaining.
Well, I mean, we're not complaining, but parents were.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was like what, PG?
It was PG-13, but
okay. Still,
as a little boy, when did it come out? 92? Was it 92?
Yeah, they get upset about boobies and stuff sometimes. So I don't understand. I don't understand that.
Tokume's right. From what I understand, Forever was supposed to be Batman 3, but they switched everything out the last minute. It was supposed to be a Tim Burton movie, but they bribed Tim Burton with another movie because they didn't want him to do it. They didn't want to break up with him, but they didn't want him to do that one.
Right.
Makes sense.
So they get
scared.
So oh, my bad.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Aaron.
Okay. I heard that they switched over to Schumacher so that they could get more toy sales. Is that correct?
That was a part of it, yes. But it didn't do the business. But they didn't want to make another Tim Burton movie, and we all know what that means. But again, Tim was hot shit, and they didn't want, like I said, they didn't want to break up with him. But they're like, "Don't you want to direct other films, Tim? Like, I mean, don't you want to make other films? We want you to make other films." He's like, "You don't want me to do this, do you?" He's like, No. We'd love you to do it, but like we want you to express yourself somewhere else. And basically, they were trying to tell him, "Please, Tim, just do something else, not Batman, for us."
That's bad.
They didn't want to piss him off,
basically.
And so he executive produced the third one, and they handed it off to Schumacher, who was pretty gracious. You know, he did it with Tim's blessing. Yes, Seth is right. Something I like that. I know I enjoyed Catwoman in my high school years. Indeed, I was a little young for that part, but a 10-year-old boy could still ogle her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all day long. She was so hot.
So, yeah, and then there was that, and then it was those movies, and they kind of died, and then they tried to do the Superman, Superman Reborn? The Kevin Smith one?
Yeah.
Kevin Smith, Tim Burton one. And that died. And then there was Blade, which was a big hit too. And then nothing. Like it just Hollywood just didn't get the hint.
There was the John Woo Hulk movie.
That was a bomb.
John Woo. You mean Ang Lee?
Ang Lee, yes.
Yeah, which, I don't think it was a bomb. The Hulk was on there for like 45 minutes, man. It was awesome.
No, it's a good film.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Aaron?
No, I was agreeing with you guys. It is a pretty great film.
I liked it. I liked,
but it didn't
what
do the
they
business
did
they
at the
thought it was
time.
going to do.
Yeah.
I don't think we knew like what a superhero movie could do till like Iron Man came out. Like,
And Iron Man, I'll give it this, was basically Star Wars in terms of how big it was.
yeah, it was pretty big, man. It just was ginormous. Like how good it did.
Well, okay, Tokume's correcting me. He said there was a Dolphin Punisher. I'm sorry, Tokime, but that's a little esoteric for Aaron, unless he was watching canon films.
People keep telling me about that one. I haven't seen it.
I'm the only one who likes it.
I did play the demo game, though.
Howard the Duck, which no one's allowed to watch because
I loved it.
But it's so good.
Howard the Duck. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Aaron.
No. I was just saying that movie is just so good.
What, Howard?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah,
well, what's funny about it is that it's so tonally all over the place that it excludes all of its audience.
You think so?
Yeah, let's think about it, dude. It's got like okay, there's tits. They're duck tits, but they're tits.
Right.
There's that really crazy, creepy scene of people banging in the bathhouse, in the mud bathhouse.
Wow, I didn't remember that.
There's a punk going, I've been doing too much toot.
That's amazing.
Like, there's Satan sluts. There's Leia Tomlin looking foxy as hell, but also sensuous as hell. And then, so you're excluding all the kids that would be allowed to watch it.
She banged it. Well, the Howard was never.
Oh, bestiality, yes.
Kid safe duck.
Fine, but then you go to adults, and who wants to watch a movie about a giant duck from another planet? So it's kind of excluding an entire audience.
Yeah, you're right. I still liked it. I don't care.
I did. I think the Dark Overlord is cool, man.
I thought it was awesome.
Who's the PDF file dude who's in it? That's the bad guy who's caught with the PDF.
Wait, what? Oh no,
Jeffrey Jones.
He did? Oh,
yeah, he got caught with PDF.
What an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse my language.
Well, he is right. 1980s movies were never kids safe, but us kids in the 1980s didn't need to be safe. We stayed out after dark. You knew where everybody was because all the bikes were parked out front.
That's right. It's true. It's true.
Buckaroo Banzai. It's not is that a comic book movie, guys?
Yeah, I liked Buckaroo Banzai also. I'm sorry you don't know what that is, Will. Do you?
Of course I know what it is.
You better. Like, it seemed like you didn't know, and that's not fucking right.
Yeah, but I wouldn't consider it like a comic book movie. I mean, it's a fantasy film.
I thought it was a comic book.
Wait, was it based on a comic book?
Yeah, I thought it was.
That's neat.
I mostly know it because that's what got Peter Weller RoboCop.
Yeah, I liked. Who's really awesome in it? Jeff Goldblum. He's so dumb in that fucking movie. It's so great. Oh my god!
When you say Jeff Goldblum, my brain immediately goes to Earth Girls Are Easy from that era.
Oh, so bad. I love that one too.
Yeah, but Gina Davis was, oh wow,
so skinny. She was so skinny.
No, but do you remember when they crashed in the pool and she's sunbathing out front?
Oh yeah, she was hot, dude. As a kid, as a young adult, I probably did all types of things to that TV.
Yeah, my hormones stood no chance.
Yeah, there was no way. Like anything, like scratchy fucking porn, channel that was just bands. Like I would just sit there and look at.
Yeah, but Aaron doesn't know anything about that. He came of age in the era of computers. We had to have the black box. you know?
I was I was born right on the verge when they started coming out with the technology. I've been to a drive-in theater at least once or twice.
Oh, nice.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I grew up with all that stuff. My first movie that I remember was in a drive-in theater.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like the first movie I remember watching was Fritz the Cat, and I think I was like
Yeah. Oh my
4.
god, I love that movie, bro.
I was 4. I was 4, and it's super dirty. It's an X-rated cartoon, and I'm standing in the back of my parents' car, like staring out the back window, watching it. And it's one of my first memories. Like, I
Is
think I
Fritz
was.
Crumb? R.
Is
Crumb?
it R. Crumb? Is Fritz R. Crumb?
Or is that Ralph Bakshi?
Well, no, it's R. Crumb that created it, but Ralph Bakshi did turned it into what it became.
I see. And welcome, GJ, the preeminent collector of Crager art, my arch nemesis, who already has the cover of Jawbone. What a prick!
Yeah, man, it came out really good, Mike Spicer. And you know what you guys should do if you haven't backed Pendragon or you haven't gone and signed up for Jawbone Death, you should go do all those things. Like the sign up sheet for Jawbone is in the thing in the bio, but we'll have to have one of you gentlemen dig up Pendragon and throw it up for us.
Unless you got the link, can you throw it in the chat, Aaron?
Yeah, I got you.
So that was your seminal thing, was Spider-Man 1 and 2. Your parents got you the box set.
Oh yeah.
So did that get you into Raimi, or just those types, comic book movies in general?
I'd say comic book movies in general. Because after Raimi, I watched Fantastic. After the Raimi series, I watched Fantastic Four 1 and 2. 1, I think, is a pretty solid movie for what it was trying to do. 2 sucked. And after that, I got into I didn't watch the entire Blade trilogy. I started off with Blade 3.
Oh.
Yes.
That's a weird place.
So you started off with basically the comedy.
That's a really weird place to start.
Yeah, it's 2 hours of Ryan Reynolds and stand-up comedy.
Like you could start with 2 and be like, oh man, I just watched the coolest thing ever. But fuck, you started with 3? Well, 2 must have been amazing to you.
I never. Yeah. It's funny because I haven't seen Blade. I've never seen Blade 2, but I haven't seen Blade 1 until decades later.
Oh wow!
That was actually a common thing, Crager, where I saw the sequels first as a kid. I saw, for example, I saw Aliens a million times when I was 8 or 9, and I would go rent it all the time. And it got to a point where I didn't just pick it off the shelf. I just go over the thing. I knew the guys. Like, hey, Scott, give me Aliens. And he accidentally gave me Alien. And I popped it in. And you know how it has that, the way it has the opening, and it's just panning across space, and then the kind of hieroglyphs readouts sort of make Alien. I'm like, what the hell is this? I was kind of pissed off. I'm like, where's my movie? And I took it back, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? I didn't say that, but I was a little kid. I was like, what the gobbledygook, man? I want my aliens. Yeah. He's like, oh, Willie. It's Alien, the first one. I'm like, there's a first one?
You thought it was the first one already. Absolutely. Yeah.
And I went home and I watched it. And I went, wow, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they only showed you an alien for a second or 2.
Yeah, I saw Teen Wolf 2 before Teen Wolf, and Teen Wolf 2 sucks ass.
Because Jason Bateman sucked at that time.
No, that movie is bad, man.
I never saw it.
Have you seen Teen Wolf?
I've seen Teen Wolf. I'm glad I never saw Teen Wolf 2.
Teen Wolf 2 is one of those ones where you saw as a kid, and you're like, I liked it a lot. And I saw it on Tubi the other day, and I'm like, this is quite bad. Terrible.
Horrible. Nice.
I have neglected the chat. So I'm sorry, everyone. GJ says the best thing I've seen since my power back is a ridiculous cover for John Bones 2 in color. It looks amazing.
I know. It's pretty fucking amazing, isn't it?
And then Marco joining in with Seth earlier saying it was a movie first, Buckaroo Banzai. Marvel made a comic adaptation of Buckaroo. Thank you. It was a movie first.
Okay.
Written by Bill Mantlo and art by Mark Texiera. Ooh.
Nice. Old Tex.
Nice.
And Craig says Blade 2 is the best. Yeah, Blade 2 was a remarkably good movie.
Yeah, ridiculously good. In so many ways.
Yeah, I'm not alone. Seth saw Aliens many times before he saw Alien. Hey, GJ, he's glad to see us all together. And again, Marco, if you're listening now, I apologize for last week that I left you hanging alone with Crager playing the soundtrack to pump up the volume, reliving his Gen X defiance.
Yeah, it was really bad, man. I didn't know what to do. It just kind of put me out, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I was busy.
You can't fucking
crazy ass bitch.
You can't do that anymore, Will. So you can't leave me like that because I don't know what to do, and I'm gonna.
Well, she's been banned from the platform that is my house.
I'm gonna blow up my channel, dude, if you're not here.
Well, of course, like I said, she violated terms and conditions, and she's been banned from the platform of my home.
Okay, well, fair enough.
Let's see. Yeah, okay. See, no worries. See, Marco is a forgiving and just God. So
it's a good cat. So
wait, you saw Blade 3 again, which is essentially a 2-hour stand-up comedy routine by Ryan Reynolds. It's a comedy. It's people just sort of having a party and making a movie.
I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yes.
And but who doesn't like Parker Posey?
Which one is that? Was that the guy's daughter?
No, that's the one that was banging Justin Timberlake. This one is she was the vampire chick who looks like she's on Ambien. She's like, Blade, honey. Oh.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she was enjoyable.
She plays that in every movie. She's kind of on Ambien in every movie she's in. That's why we say it's Parker Posey playing Parker Posey.
Oh my god, that sounds funny. I'm not gonna lie.
But all the shit talking by Ryan Reynolds in that film is what really I think stands out. Because I think Wesley doesn't want to be there. I think he's like, "What the hell is going on? I just want to smoke weed in my trailer."
That's what I heard. He basically was doing, and that it was impossible to get him out of his trailer.
Oh yeah. Didn't he hate Wesley Snipes?
Didn't they what?
I heard that he hated working with Wesley Snipes on the set.
He's a little difficult, I hear. So from just working within his vicinity, it's hard to pin him down sometimes to get him to do things. So that's it. I mean,
okay.
You're not really gonna, but that could entail a lot of things, right? Like pinning him down, and that it kind of sucks. So, it's not something you want to do every day. Have to wrangle the snipes,
And also, we got to remember that Wesley's part of those shit kicker action stars from the 80s and 90s. They've got strong egos. And they were kind of dying out by that period, and it was kind of giving way to a different conception of an action hero, I guess.
Sure.
I'm surprised Wesley was never in an Expendables movie.
I think he was.
Was he?
Yeah. I thought he showed up. One of them, I don't know.
Where's Plagal?
Expendables 3.
He's in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know he's been in one, so you can't not have Wesley Snipes in one. He'd throw a fit.
he goes like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, man. Like,
I got problems with tax man. I need a paycheck.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay. I just think it's hard to pin him down sometimes. So it's all it comes down to is he's
they got him though. They got Wesley.
He's a little busy. He's a little scatterbrained. So because he's busy, like I recently had to design something for some of that stuff. So for the Exiled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was like a little special thing. I don't know if they ended up doing it or not. I didn't hear whether they did, but uh, it was specifically done because it was Wesley Snipes's like logo combined with like the Exiled
So that's cool.
uh, uh, logo. So it's his like Daywalker uh, stuff mixed with the Exiled sigils.
And how's the Exile going? I don't understand. Isn't it shipped?
Yeah, I think it's all done and shipped. I think they all got it all signed up, all the exclusive editions and stuff like that, and I think it's out.
I think they wrangled Wesley and got him to sign.
Yeah, they did that. They took care of that. That's what that thing was that I was working on, was essentially so he could sign it and get it all taken care of at one time. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty fun. So, and it has his little brand on it, which I'm sure made him very happy.
What do you mean, Seth? Like it's all been delivered. Like Seth is talking like it's like a failed campaign or something. No, man, everybody, I got mine. I mean, I can grab it like right here. I've got the manga edition, right here. Look.
Yeah, it's
right
not failed. It's come out. So people have gotten their stuff. The only ones who haven't are the like super crazy signed editions, which they I think signed and maybe have sent those out already.
Yeah, which was like the really expensive, like Uber collectible.
Yeah.
So
fuck.
Aaron, so when you finally did see Blade 2 and then 1, what were your impressions of those, having just seen the kind of more comedic, I think kind of like bad movie third one?
Honestly, I haven't seen Blade 2, but Blade 1, I did appreciate the character that they did for Blade. But I don't know, I could see a clear difference in the way that he acted in 3. So I may not have the superior knowledge on Blade, but I don't know. I kind of prefer 3 because I'm just so used to it. It's like if you're watching the 90s Spider-Man, and then you're watching, let's say, Tom Holland Spider-Man. I'm going to like the 90s Spider-Man because I grew up with that.
Right. You have an affection for it.
Exactly.
Right. It's nostalgic, is what you're saying. Yeah, you have a nostalgia for it. That's why the X-Men 97 stuff is so big. And
oh yeah, it's good.
It's nostalgic is what it is. And nostalgia actually pushes comics, man. Like you can really use nostalgia to a very high degree in this industry. And make people excited about really interesting characters. This came out really nice.
Yeah.
So has Good Brother popped his head in at all?
Yeah. Somebody send him hit him up on Twitter. Hyper Potato, welcome, buddy. He says, I'm late. Like and subscribe, kids. So if you find Craig Zablow, tell him to get in here. Page him.
Not Zablow, Gordon Goodbrother.
Oh, Zablow's like, oops, I'll take it.
It was Gordon. I know at some point Zablow's going to make me draw Sylvester Stallone. I guess I'm never going to get out of it.
Is it like different characters that he's played?
He wants me to play him from Get Carter for some reason. Like,
yeah, he keeps asking for that. I don't know why. Can he explain it to us in the chat? Like, why that?
And if I do, it's not going to be like a cartoony version of him. It's going to be me like taking a shot at doing his portrait.
But relative to Sly, that's a really obscure film.
Yeah, it kind of is. So, and I'm kind of wondering why you've chosen it so many times.
Yeah, why? Right in the chat.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying, like, you could pick fucking Rambo.
Yeah.
you could, like, I don't know, like
Rocky.
You could pick Rocky, which seminal fucking masterpiece.
What's his name in the Expendables? Like Casper or something was his name?
I don't know. Yo, White Boy. That's his name.
There we go. He says, I run a Stallone Zone fan site. I also collect sketches of his characters. All right. I mean, there we go.
See, that explains a lot.
So he just probably has all the other ones and doesn't have this one.
Okay, maybe.
That's cool.
Some people do. They have a sketchbook. Like, have you ever seen the sketchbook that Frege did? For a guy brought him a Batman sketchbook at a convention, and he's like, "I want you to draw whatever character you want that's Batman or adjacent or related or in the universe." And he's like, "Leave it with me. I'll give you something unique." And he was looking through it, and he's like, "There's no Alfred." And the guy's like, "Why would you want to draw Alfred? Like, what are you gonna do? Have him like
he's
ironing
like
his shirts?"
Essential to Batman.
Yeah, but he said, "I'll draw you Alfred." And so he left, and the guy comes back like after like half a day, and Frege turns over, I think, the most unique Alfred sketch I've ever seen, which is Alfred taking a shit. And he's been in there so long that he's got like a ashtray full of cigarettes, the laundry in the corner, and he's just chilling reading a magazine, smoking like his fifth cigarette because he's been taking a dump for like an hour.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, that's a unique Alfred.
That's the last thing I would have expected. You know what I would have done? I would have probably just tried to lay out a room that Alfred was standing in that encompassed his job, right? So most likely folding stuff, doing stuff, organizing things, but it would have been like in the Batcave,
Yeah, he did it like just chilling, taking a shit.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have done taking a shit because that's like a little like outside of comic book. Like we don't know how big.
It's an awesome sketch.
It is an awesome sketch. It's amazing.
I have to ask him to send it to me so I can show it to you guys. It is really funny. Or that one he did for Fractober of Clayface, where it's a point of view of the butthole of someone that shat him out in the toilet.
Really?
He's holding a corn, from a corn on the cob.
Oh, amazing! No, I didn't see any of those. Wow. Well,
see, this is true artistry, Aaron. And if you can master this, drawing characters in various scenes of their unmentionables in areas that nobody really wants to know about, you will be a successful creator.
Yeah, I don't believe that to be true, but okay.
It's a shame that I put down the pencil many years ago.
Yeah.
So, unlike us, Aaron's not a hack. So can you explain to us what your book is, Aaron?
So it's an interdimensional Arthurian fantasy story. And it pretty much covers the top the genres of sword and sorcery, epic fantasy. And we were talking about this earlier before the stream. It does have like a little bit of like a space opera feel to it, only it doesn't really have the music. So,
right.
Yeah. So, my bad.
So is this the first issue, or is this a whole new IP than the other two you've done?
Yeah, this is a whole new IP, and this is the beginning of a 4 saga story.
Okay, so what is this one? What are we getting in this campaign?
Okay, so you're getting a 78-page, fully colored book that looks like you're stepping into a Renaissance museum, and on the paintings, you're seeing little sticky notes full of Shakespearean poetry.
Nice.
And can you drop that link in there in the chat for everybody so they can go check it out?
Oh, it's a comments chat. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, please. Oh, did you put it in the private chat?
Yeah, I put it in the private chat.
Okay, I got it. Nobody ever pays attention to the private chat. So everybody, here it is. Let's go check it out.
I can't see the private chat because I'm in a whole nother screen while I'm drawing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's why I have somebody else doing, the
Good idea.
Yeah, I can't do it by myself. The whole thing falls apart.
And I wanted to see it. So let's have a look-see at there we go.
Okay.
All right, here we are. Pendragon. So you've got 64 backers, 5 days to go. and you're at $2,300. So let's have a look at all this. Do you have a trailer?
Oh, not yet. We're working on that for the Fund My Comic version.
Oh, cool! You guys are going to Fund My Comic? Oh wow!
yeah.
Look at this, guys. Who's doing the artwork?
So the line art is being done by Crowley and Gracia. You can find him on Instagram. Really good line artist. Really good at drawing, capturing the aesthetics of like a medieval fantasy vibe. And then the colors were done by David Smelling. Really good graphical artist. He knows what he's doing, and he studies a lot on like how light textures and like how things bounce off the real world and stuff. It's really fun.
You know what this remind me of? It reminds me of that the most recent Elric book they did in France. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I read a little bit of that. I gotta finish it.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of that artwork.
You have it?
Yeah, let me see if I can grab it and show it to the audience. But gosh darn it, I usually know my shelf, but right now I don't know my shelf. But it reminds me, it's very European, is what I mean, in terms of its artwork. And where is this artist located?
One is Carly is located in the Philippines, I think, and David is in Germany.
Okay, so I'm not quite not on the money there in terms of it being very European.
Yeah, but we did want to try to emulate like the style of a European comic. That's why the book is also going to be oversized at 8.5 by 11 inches.
Right, which I think is something not a lot of people are doing like more of a magazine almost style.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
And see, let's see what the
it really helps with the art style and like getting as much detail on the page as possible.
And wow, so all the digital stuff is at 10.5, and the soft cover for 20. And so you get at 20. Do you get a 64-page book?
No, you get a 78-page book.
Oh, for $20. See, wonderful price.
Oh yeah. You also get a digital copy and a digital version of our Pendragon theme song, along with some artwork that I'm hiring various artists to do.
Wow, I'm quite impressed. I really love the art of this book.
Thank you.
Do you see this, Crager?
No, I don't see anything. Hold on. Let me get out of my own world and come over and play in yours. See what happens when I'm not here? Oh yeah. The stuff's really nice, man. I was looking at a bunch of it.
You see what I mean by European?
Oh yeah. It's super good.
Especially
really
this framing, your panel layout. It's very European. This like 1, 2, 3. This kind of rectangular widescreen kind of panel layout.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's nice, man. The one thing is quality coming out of you, man, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah, that's awesome, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm glad that me and my the team believe that having a quality product should be like first and foremost when you're trying to like sell to people,
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
And I think this is the book we were talking about.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm still reading that one.
I will show it to the audience because it reminds me of this in terms of the artwork, which is this book by excuse me, by Didier Poli. But you can see in terms of the art, it bears a great similarity to yours. Excuse me, I hit the mic. But let me find one that reminded me a lot of your pages. Stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful, good stuff, man. Yeah, there's a bunch of good quality coming out of your stuff.
Yeah,
man.
kind of a Jimenez style.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
are you much of a fan of European comics, Aaron?
Like
I honestly just got into them. Actually, I was a whole fan of like Thor comics and like like the Gore the God Butcher story. The way that thing was painted, that was kind of like a little bit of an inspiration for what we were trying to go for.
Oh, I know all about Gore and that
Yeah.
whole Thor thing that happened with the Donny Cates stuff, right?
I don't want to
Or
talk about Donny Cates stuff.
no?
Why?
I mean, it was okay. I mean, I liked that one Thor where I honestly people think it's unpopular, but the first run of Jane Foster Thor was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty alright.
Okay.
Got me.
Hey,
Okay.
T. Myers. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. Appreciate it.
Wait, was that Donny Cates or was that Al Ewing?
I don't know. I go, but you know, Donny Cates
that
did
was-
like the Black Winter and
okay.
the Devourer King and fucking Thor becomes, you know, takes the power of Odin, and then Galactus shows up and
Okay. So
yeah, has to do with the Black Winter and Gore the God Butcher.
okay, so I have read the Gore the God Butcher and the Black Winter. Black Winter I got done like a couple months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's pretty good.
That shit was fucking epic as fuck.
Yes.
Okay. That's good. I like to hear that you have good taste. So that's good. I appreciate
A European comic I would recommend highly, that's a big
Okay,
influence on me, would be, and everybody will probably agree in the chat, and Crager will agree, would be Jodorowsky's The Meta Barons.
Yeah, it's a good
That looks
one.
good. What's that about?
Well, he's got a whole universe called the Yodaverse, and do you know who Jodorowsky is?
No, he sounded
Alejandro.
No.
Kinda. I mean, he fancies himself such, but he's he comes from that surreal school of filmmaking that came out of the 1960s, fueled by a lot of LSD, a lot of tripping, a lot of magic, a lot of
Dolly-esque, yeah.
And what he's most known for is his aborted attempt at the very first Dune screen adaptation. I'm sure you've heard of that.
The very first one, is that the one where like they had that one guy floating in midair?
Well, they all do, but that you're thinking of David Lynch. There was one prior to the Lynch one that came out in the 80s with Kyle MacLachlan. That was
see that
in the 1975, 76, and he was going to make the ultimate psychedelic science fiction film before they were making science fiction films on that level. I mean, you got to remember this was an era where 2001 was still the standard.
Right.
You know, kind of sterile.
People smoking in space.
Right. It still had a psychedelic following, but it wasn't a psychedelic film. You know, Stanley Kubrick made a sterile science fiction utilitarian film.
Yeah, it wasn't to get high to, for sure.
Like, hey, good night, Craig. Thank you for coming in, buddy.
That's the one movie I probably wouldn't watch.
But Jodorowsky, he made these he's pretty much the father of the midnight movie. He made a Western called El Topo, another crazy ass, ritual on film called The Holy Mountain. And then he built up enough street cred to make Dune. Somebody offered him a bunch of money to make Dune. And he was going to have like Mick Jagger in it. He was going to have Orson Welles in it. He was going to have Salvador Dali as the emperor and his muse as his daughter. The most crazy, Mick Jagger was going to be in it.
That's crazy. That's weird.
And he basically wanted, according to him, wanted to make a Messiah on film.
I have no idea what that means.
Well, they made a great documentary about it.
Okay.
They made a great documentary called Jodorowsky's Dune, which I highly recommend you watch.
What's it?
Jodorowsky's Dune with a J.
Okay, gotcha.
So Jodorowsky. And why this was important to someone say like you is because it's amazing that Jodorowsky's DNA is all over all subsequent movie production, but his movie never got made. He's the guy who kind of pioneered getting a bunch of great artists together to do beautiful designs for a film. Basically, he invented the modern concept of the art department.
That's pretty cool.
Where he got Mobius, he got Giger, he got all these guys in a room and say, "Make me a world."
Everybody, yeah, fucking Mobius,
and everybody copied Mobius's designs for that film, including George Lucas.
Everybody.
Because what happened is that they made a Bible that had all the artwork, all the storyboards, everything, and all the costumes that they were using to shop around the studios in Hollywood because they needed money to complete the financing in America. And they didn't get it, and the movie collapsed. But that book started to kind of roam around different productions, and a way to do subsequent productions came out of that. And the film that sort of came out of that disaster was Alien, because Dan O'Bannon, who wrote Alien, was the special effects designer for Jodorowsky. So he limped away, wrote Alien. Him and his producing partner sold it to Brandywine, and they brought that concept to Ridley Scott of like Mobius and Giger, from the previous production, and basically Ridley just kind of took it, and brought it into Alien, and Alien put forth the art department's sort of way of doing a movie.
And then Giger came to set, told them they were doing it all wrong, and then spent the next 30 plus days rebuilding everything and designing everything with his own hands.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's a long-winded way of saying that Jodorowsky was kind of a broken man after he didn't get to make that film, so he started just doing comics. And he took all the ideas he had for that film, and instead of doing Dune, put it into books like the Incal, and then this book, The Meta Baron, which is about the greatest warrior in the universe and his bloodline. And what's cool about this one is that the Meta Baron, this is a story about where he comes from as a bloodline, for all the way back from the progenitor of his family.
Cool.
So every chapter is an ancestor of his, leading up to the modern day. And it is
that's up my alley.
No, it is an utter classic. I highly recommend it. Let me show you on a full screen. And the art, it kind of looks like your stuff. Hold on, let me put myself on solo so everybody can see. So this is the cover. Okay. And let me show you the artwork, and it'll give you an idea of what I mean by how beautiful it is. By an Argentinian artist. And for some reason, they seem to put stuff in the water in Argentina because they produce, amazing artists. But the whole thing is painted. It kind of reminds me of, in terms of the colors, Masamune Shirow. Would you agree, Crager?
Yes.
Because Shirow kind of paints like this.
Remember, I can't see what you're...
I'm just trying to find a really good one to show him, So here's what a sampling of the art.
Okay.
You can see how beautifully painted that is.
Oh yeah, the line work is pretty good.
I mean, the whole book looks like that.
That is great.
Here's.
Oh, look at that galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and look, I mean, this is a pretty epic book. You can see how long it is. And again, the whole point, the whole theme of it is Jodorowsky is kind of a Gnostic, and he believes in a dialectic. He's a communist. There he is, Gordon Goodbrother. Welcome. You just won the beautiful piece of artwork on screen. Congratulations, brother. You have 2 coming your way.
Yeah, I guess I have to package these together now.
Uh-huh.
So
good
for you, buddy.
Welcome. And he's kind of he's a communist. He comes from that era. He's from Mexico. So in that period of that sort of fertile ground of the Cuban Revolution. So he tends to see everything in a dialectic, including men, women, as 2 forces that need to synthesize, but in like a very violent way.
Okay.
So he sees the interaction between men and women in this book as very violent, as 2 primal forces. So he sees sex in this book as almost like a hunt.
Oh.
Like the Meta Baron is hunting for that every generation of Meta Baron is hunting for that perfect woman that's going to give him the next generation.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it's almost like a boss fight every time he comes across the woman he wants to bear his children.
Dang. So he actually had to scrap?
I mean, I put it that way because it's Like, for example, I'll give you an example of
so it's metaphorical.
well, there's a character in here called Steelhead, where the baby got his head exploded, and the Meta Baron stuck on like an AI robot head onto his body, so at least his body and DNA is preserved, but his head is a machine.
Okay.
And because of that, he acts like a machine. He's like the Terminator. And he meets this princess, and he wants to woo her, but he doesn't have the means to do it, so he goes and finds the greatest philosopher in the galaxy and rips off his head and shoves it onto his body so that he has the words to woo her.
Nice.
Okay.
You know, so he can finally speak like a human being, like an artist, because he's not a machine.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm?
No, I said that was a pretty smart way of going about things.
Right, and that's just, I mean, if you watch Jodorowsky's Dune, Jodorowsky has...
he definitely took the drugs. So
what I'm saying is that he has a way of describing things in a passionate manner that can seem a little over the top, where he's like, I grape Frank Herbert. I grape him for this film. You have to grape the bride.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like shit like that.
Super eccentric. Super eccentric.
But he channeled that, that like blue balls that he got from Dune into comics, and he produced this massive body of work in European comics. So I highly recommend the Meta Barons.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out.
Please do. I think you, of all people, will get a lot out of it, considering the style of your book. And it'll probably inspire you for the next bit of it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I just got to figure out where to get it.
Amazon.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's sold millions of copies. I mean, it's not like an esoteric thing. It's a very popular series of books.
Okay, that's good.
But there's a whole set of them. You could you don't have to read them in any order. You can read the Meta Barons first. So what are we looking at here? Look at that, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece.
Here, let me see if I can push back a little bit.
So are you doing some Panosian stuff?
In the background, yeah.
Yeah.
Doing some practice.
Wow. And so, okay, so you have, I'm curious further. So you have Spider-Man, and then what was it? Anything else that was inspiring you?
I'd say the Nightmare on Elm Street series. That was really cool for me.
Really?
Yeah.
No, because that's an interesting contrast to Spider-Man.
Yeah. So that's the first one and the third one managed to tell a story that was both
Dream Warriors.
What? That was like what?
Was that Dream Warriors? The third one?
Yeah, Dream Warriors. Okay. So with the first one, it managed to tell a great level of suspense that I like to see in my stories. And that was the first one I really saw outside of like a Spider-Man that had like a great amount of like character development and like character depth. And it did it so well in like a short amount of time. Because it only was like what, an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Hour something. Yeah.
And were you allowed to watch that? Like, how'd you see it?
Oh, I saw it over a friend's house. We set up the complete collection.
The DVD set that had the New Line one that had the image on the side.
Oh yeah, it's like the one where Freddy's like all spread out. Yeah,
it was really cool. It was a black and like kind of a brown ochre sort of color.
I think so.
Yeah, the New Line Platinum series.
Oh yeah, see the box art for that was really good. I wish that we did more stuff like that. Because you're not an anime fan, are you?
When I was a kid, yes, but I didn't stay with it.
All right, so back then I think you guys had it too. There's this whole Dragon Ball Z box set where it had like all the sagas, and they all the episodes and stuff were like lined up with like the entire picture. It's pretty fun.
And well, I mean, and also that's just not something they really put a lot of work into anymore. Is the art on the covers? But as a storyteller, you're right. The first Friday the 13th is interesting. Not Friday the 13th. Nightmare on Elm Street is interesting because he uses the same structure as Psycho.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean by that?
Yeah. So by the same structure, you're talking about like the way the story is presented, right?
Like, for example, in the beginning of the film in Nightmare on Elm Street, you're with this one. Remember, the dream happens with a totally different character.
Martina.
And you're with her for a good 20 minutes. And then she's killed.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean now.
And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. The main character just got killed. And then it switches to, what's the Langenkamp? What's her full name, Crager?
Who? Which one?
The
Nancy?
Actress. Nancy, is it Langenkamp?
I don't.
Lambden, I think.
I don't remember.
But it switches to her as the main character. And you're like, what's going on here? Like, nobody is safe.
Yeah.
I only know the actress who played Alice, Lisa Wilcox.
T. Meyer says, Crager, that would be a beautiful on the hood of one of my RC cars. LOL, bust out your airbrush.
That's so funny. My airbrush is right here. I probably could if I wanted to.
Did you ever see Psycho, Aaron?
No, honestly, I've read reviews on it. That's about it. But I do.
It's got a great structure. That's why I bring it up.
Okay, yeah. I had the remake on VHS. I know. I
saw that.
Probably not the same. I don't think I've seen it.
The remake?
Yeah. I have it on my shelf collecting dust right now.
Because it's a shot for. I mean, Gus Van Sant didn't change anything. It's shot by shot, the exact same. Like he literally made it shot by shot the same.
So I can literally just watch that, and I'll have the complete story of Psycho.
Pretty much, he didn't want to do anything different.
I mean, he didn't do anything different, but like, it does not give you Anthony Perkins, like, being Anthony fucking Perkins. You know, like.
That's fair.
Yeah, you need to watch the original Psycho and see how sick fucking Norman is, man.
And Psycho 2, which is an awesome sequel.
Like, Norman's really sick. He's really sick, and his mother did it. His mother. Sorry.
Well, I bring it up because Psycho 1 has a similar. I mean, Wes Craven has said it. He took the structure from Psycho, which is for the first, basically half the film. You're with Vivian Leigh, who's Jamie Lee Curtis's mom, and she steals the money, and she goes on the lam. And you're like, "What is this movie? Is this a like a crime movie? Is this like a two lovers on the run because she wants to go elope with a lover?" And she steals her boss's money that he's left in a safe and goes to and ends up in a motel, meets Norman. They have a kind of a milquetoast conversation, and she kind of decides that she's going to go back the next day and turn herself in. And then it happens, right? In the shower. Right. Yeah. So you're like, did the movie just end? Like, did the movie just like you seriously think the movie ended?
Definitely didn't end.
And that was like the first time that's ever happened on screen, right?
Yes. Like nobody did things like that where you killed the main character 40 minutes in.
You know, the biggest problem they had was showing a bathroom, showing a toilet in that scene. That was the biggest problem they had with that scene.
Really?
Yeah, it was showing a toilet. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, nobody had ever shown a toilet before. No, seriously. It's a real thing. Like, it had to do with the toilet. That's
What was that, in the 20s?
No. It came out in 1955, 57?
Okay.
Nobody had ever done a toilet. That's what it was about. That's fucking bizarre, but whatever.
Yo, J-Bot, what up? He said, yo, panel, yo, chat, just drop by, hit the like and share. Keep it real, homies. Don't you be cheating on us with Phil Diaz, fool. You know, I know where you're going. I was following you in the station wagon.
Oh, no.
I know where you're going. I hit you up on the pager and you didn't hit us back.
Catch me rolling.
But that would always another interesting thing, Crager.
Dirty.
Besides
What?
the toilet, remember what the controversy was in the beginning of the film with John Gavin when they're in the hotel room? Him and Vivian Lee is like that they were unmarried, having like a booty call. Remember?
Yeah, I mean, there was, but it wasn't as bad as breaking the faux pas of the toilet. Like the toilet.
But no, she said it like we can't be meeting like this anymore. We have to get married, you know. And like that was it's not like they were cheating on anyone. It's like that was the big social faux pas that they were having a booty call.
It's true. The people used to be really like uptight about sex, and they still are. That's why we live in
I Love Lucy. They had 2 different beds.
That's bizarre as fuck, and you all know it. But I'll tell you this: when you get older, having your own bed is awesome. So
yes, it is.
It is. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm so happy I got rid of that damn woman. I love sleeping by myself. My daughter's got her own room. I got my own room, like Al Bundy.
Yeah, I'm so glad the bitch is gone.
Well, Al Bundy has that line, like, I can't sleep with that damn woman in my bed.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That married to children?
Yeah.
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 It's all.
It's another classic show for you, Aaron. Like that's way after you.
It's a little before his time. Like, I don't feel bad. You should feel bad, but you shouldn't because you didn't really miss much. It's all recycled mishmash.
I've seen a little bit of it. It's like the oldest show that I've probably seen is Alf.
Alf.
Oh
my god.
Alf. Oh,
the most traumatic movie from a series ever made. You know what I'm talking about, Crager? About the movie? Do you understand what I mean?
No, I don't remember the movie.
Before I reveal it, T. Meyer says, wife's leaving for 3 days. I can't wait for the bed to myself. Indeed.
Yeah.
And women think we're going to be doing something like nefarious. Like, no, we just wanted to sleep by ourselves.
Oh, just get the fuck out of the bed so we can stretch out and I'm not in the corner.
What up, Edwin? He said, hail peeps.
On the corner.
Like, the Alf movie, do you remember, like, in the TV series, they spent the entire TV series, the stakes for Alf were, if they catch Alf, they're going to vivisect him.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So Alf needs to stay safe. Now, in the movie, do you remember he's on the run, and then the end of the film is him being stood up by his homeboys and being surrounded by the government, and then it cuts.
Oh no!
Okay? If you go look at the Amazon reviews, there's a bunch of moms going, "Thanks for traumatizing my kids."
Oh, you got caught? Dang!
Basically, what they're saying is he got taken away and cut to pieces.
Cut to pieces. They killed fucking.
Yes. No, they didn't say that, but you guys were telling us that for the entirety of the TV show. That if Alf gets caught by these motherfuckers, he's being taken apart and turned into a bed, like a lampshade somewhere.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, children, spoiler alert: Alf is dead.
Sorry, guys.
They killed his ass.
I'm sorry, Will just ruined that for you all.
Hold up, I got some info. So, apparently, you can treat this as an alternate ending. They have a cartoon series of Alf where he's back on his home planet. So you can pretend that he's still alive.
Oh, they retconned it. They retconned. So what did he do? He just slipped through their fingers? He took off running?
I don't know.
They saved him. Saved himself. Wow.
Yeah. Wait, there's a movie? Looking that up ASAP. Yeah, man, look at the reviews. There's some angry ass moms on that Amazon site. Like, thanks for making my kids cry.
What's the time, William?
It is 9:21.
Fuck, dude.
So, draw those boobies. Hurry up. Why did you save the titties for last? What's wrong with you? What, you pervert?
No, man.
You gotta do the titties first.
Exactly.
Why do you gotta draw the boobs first?
That way, what?
That way, what?
You tell me. You guys fucking tell me. Why do me have to draw boobies first?
You gotta make sure you
Moromi
get
says they retconned the TV movie after the show. Of course they did. They like scarred a whole generation.
Tell me.
makes sense.
No.
Gordon says my lady loves Alf and he doesn't understand why. And some person, quote, thanks for making my kids cry, end quote. You're welcome. See, Tokume says the cartoon happens before the TV show, so kiddies, you're still effed.
Dang.
Alf is dead. D-E-D. Dead.
Damn. Why you gotta be so fucked up about it?
Because they're fucked up about it. They're the ones who like programmed us that, you know, the stakes are what they are. And then they get surrounded by the men in black. They ain't pulling out the retcon generator. They're pulling out the scalpel.
Are they doing it on the spot or not?
No, he's like, again, his homie, his fellow, you know, race of furry guys abandon him. So he's just standing there in the middle of the desert with these men in black surrounding him, and it cuts to black.
Oh, no. What I mean is, like, do you imagine that they're doing that on the spot after it cuts to black or not?
No, they took him to the eggheads, and they went, "Oh, okay, great." Then, you know, now they're gonna stick stuff up his butt, and they're gonna skin him, and they're gonna, you know, do all kinds of stuff to him. But they said that. They said they're gonna cut him up in the show.
We're getting revenge.
Probably. I mean, don't you always have to stick stuff up their butt?
We're getting revenge finally. That's what we're doing.
Exactly.
All right.
Let's go cornhole us a drunk.
Let's go cornhole us an alien. And I don't mean the Mexican kind.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there was some creeper stuff going on in Alf with Seth. He says Alf was all about don't get caught.
Yeah, or they'll rape you.
Yeah, they'll rape you.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh my god.
Now you sound like Jodorowsky.
What's up, y'all?
Team Irish, so that's where my Alf puppet came from. It's like pieces of Alf. They just like sold them. Like those little like film strips you get in like special edition movies, like pieces of the film, but you get pieces of Alf.
Oh god. That'd be so good. When I die, it would be cool to be skinned and then like leathered so that my tattoos can be given away.
Ed Gein style.
Yeah, okay, Mengele.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh yeah.
Some person says here's another subtext for Alf. He eats cats. Alf loved eating pussy, etc.
That is
You're good at some person. Thank you. Speaking of which,
good to know. Good to know.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how's she doing, Is it Tigra?
Tigra.
Look at this. Yeah. This is beautiful. She's got kind of a Julie Strain sort of vibe to her.
Yeah. She's just kind of running through the jungle. I've spent more time actually drawing the background than her.
Can you believe Kevin Eastman was married to Julie Strain? Holy moly.
I can, man. I can. He liked to... Dude, he had stupid money at one point. So, and he was pretty funny. Like, as a person, he's not...
She was pretty smoking hot as a person.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, that, you know, smoking hot chicks like funny, cool, nerdy guys.
Yeah, well, she couldn't remember her preferences because she, like got knocked on the head and had, like, half her life as amnesia.
She fell off a horse and forgot what she liked? Is that what you're saying?
No, literally, she didn't remember half her life.
No, I know that, but she didn't like forget that she, you know, didn't love that guy. That guy was awesome. So
she forgot that she was married to Kevin Eastman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably that'd be terrible though. I'm not gonna lie.
She was also like the face of heavy metal in the 90s.
Right. Nice. He did. She was like the basis of that FOC 2 second like run at the heavy metal movie. Yeah, you guys remember that? FOC 2?
She was on that cover. Remember she was in like that like mech suit?
Nah, not really a mech suit. Like
It was kind of. It looked like one.
No, it's more like a bathing suit. So, with a big fucking gun and a bunch of pouches and shit and some shoulder pads. That's all it was.
And Tokame says it has a rotoscope feel. Your painting or your sketch. He loves it. And she's still smoking hot, but unfortunately, she's no longer with us. That's why I said she was, because she's unfortunately died a couple of years ago.
Oh, dang.
She died fairly young. She was still hot in her like late 50s.
Yeah.
I'm
drawing
she's like
and
the
I forgot
6 foot tall, dark haired beauty.
Yeah. Yeah, Julie Strain. Yes.
And you got now we're going back to the beginning here, Crager, because she was a staple of late night Cinemax. So
yeah, that's
where
true.
I saw her.
Yeah. Yeah,
she doesn't know.
She was a naughty, naughty girl. And, in all the best ways. So she did like softcore porn type stuff. Just probably rubbed her titties on people. Not a big deal.
Oh, it's like classic stuff. Well, what year was this in?
Yeah,
90s.
she wasn't getting banged to the gills on camera. It was all faux stuff, Nobody was.
Yeah, she's just naked. That's really
Yeah, she didn't do the penetration thing online, so she wasn't like a prostitute or a whore or a porn star or anything you want to try to call her. She was just kind of like a naughty little girl who liked to dress up and do things.
And Seth, I know it's Skinemax. I'm trying not to appear a total degenerate to our guest. Yes, it's Skinemax, Aaron.
But
God bless women who like to get naked. So, naked is good.
That's why the return button was really helpful on the remote in case your mom got up. You hit the return button and it goes to the other channel.
No, trust me, I understand it. I used to do a lot of HBO late night.
Nice. Yeah,
that's where I first saw like George Carlin stand up, Martin Lawrence's stand up. That's where I first saw those comedians. It was like at midnight on HBO.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Matt LaRox came in. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Thanks for showing up. And we have a new person in the chat, Edie Sedgwick. Hi from New York City. Well, thank you, Edie. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Always nice to see a new face. Crager, that's probably only because of the timing. If it were now, she'd be banging on pay sites, says Team Irish. No, well, I mean, look at what's her name? Bella Thorne, man. She did the ultimate troll by starting an OnlyFans, and all the idiots signed up, and she just read pamphlets. Since then, she made gajillions of dollars.
Oh, yeah, people are mad at her at one point.
She's like, I don't give a shit. I'm just robbing you perverts.
No, I'm talking about other people on OnlyFans.
No, yeah, well, because of her, they introduced, I think, that rule about a cap for what they can make, and so she basically screwed all the other sex workers.
Dang, yeah, I'd be mad.
Gordon Goodbrother says Shannon Worry. Who's Shannon Worry? I'm assuming it's relevant to our discussion about Skinemax. So you mean Shannon Tweed, perhaps? Who is really attractive woman as well?
She was in
And Edie says, for comic's sake, hi, Jason and friends. Hello. See, we have the kindest. We have the. So who is Worry, Gordon Goodbrother? I don't know who that is. Do you know this name?
So it says she's in Mike Hammer Private Eye and Texas Justice.
I remember that. Are these softcore porn flicks?
I have no idea. I'm just reading the list of shows that she's on.
And sometimes I get very jealous of our audience for the pieces they win from this man. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is turning out.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, no.
Skin flicks. That's one way to put it. And that's something that Aaron missed. Not the skin flicks, but when you would go to your local mom and pop rental shop, to get videotapes on VHS. I don't know if you ever had a VHS collection
I've
in your
never done
house.
that. Oh, I have
But
a VHS. Yeah.
All like non-blockbusters always had a porn section, so they had like the beaded curtain that you walked by when you went into the store.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would jingle. Yeah, when you went
Yep.
in.
And you see grown men walk out with like stacks of those big bulky boxes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This isn't for me.
The good old days.
See what? Maybe Matt LaRock says, wasn't Shannon Tweed married to the Lady Death dude? I thought they were the comic. No, Shannon Tweed, I believe, is married to Gene Simmons.
Jaime himself.
So she married in terms of like, she married very up. So she's doing fine.
Yeah.
Had all of his babies.
She's been with him for like 30, 40 years, like forever.
She's beautiful too.
She's put up with his relentless shit because he's a ridiculous human being. Forever.
Yeah, she had all the babies, so she's got to put up with something.
Yeah, no shit.
Chaim Witz. Who's Chaim Witz?
That's his real name.
That's his real name?
Yeah, Chaim.
He's a little Israeli boy.
He's a little Jew boy.
Little Jew boy.
He's a very nice. He's a very nice little Jewish man.
Trying to anglicize himself. How dare you?
His name
must
is
not like that.
Chaim. His name is Chaim.
They must not like that at the synagogue, homeboy. You better not be anglicizing with the goy.
He probably gives him so much money. The goy. Yeah, no more goys for you.
Yeah, I mean, you're a bagel through and through, homeboy.
I love that shit.
Marco, who is not a goy, but a fine Mediterranean gentleman, says, well, he's a goy, but he's a Mediterranean gentleman as well. What about the slab book, he asks.
What about your slabbed book? What do you want? What are you talking about? So the winner of the slabbed book I haven't announced because literally only 50 people are so it's 151 people that are following me, but 100 of those accounts are privated. So literally 50 people I can see, and I have to gather all those names, give them to Will, and then we'll run a little thing about who wins it soon enough, probably in the next couple days or so. But we're working on it. So we're almost there. And I have the book next to me so I can show everybody what you won. Or what they won.
Gordon, good brother.
Not what you won, but what they might win. There. Anyways,
I just find it funny when they goy their names. When you I think what's his name? Jon Stewart has a very Jewy name. What it's like? It's something like very, very identifiable as being part of the tribe.
I don't know, William. So is that your real name, William?
No, I've been accused of being a very handsome Jew boy, but I'm not.
No, but is that your real name?
Yes, of course it is.
Is it? It's William Perdomo. You don't have some Argentinian name?
I mean, Guillermo.
Guillermo?
Yeah.
That's my fucking Spanish name.
How can it be?
In high school, I called myself Guillermo.
Yeah, but you're Jason.
I know, but there is no Jason in Spanish. It's Jason or Jesus, and I'm not Jesus, obviously. So... what I can say Jason, I can say Senor Jason, but our teacher made us pick Spanish names.
I feel that.
So my Spanish name is Guillermo. So
I would just call if I met Aaron back in the day, I would just call him Aaron.
Oh dang.
Do you ever get that one? What's up, Aaron?
When do I ever not get that one? It seems like an Aaron tradition now. Every time you meet somebody, they have to call you Aaron.
That's
fucking Key and Peele ruined it for you.
That's what I'm saying.
I fucking love it, dude. That is the
Palaki.
best. That's
Shaq Hennessy.
Yeah, that shit's the best.
But no, my favorite was Oshak Hennessy. He's like, Mr. O'Shaughnessy?
Oh, Shaq Hennessy. So good.
I'm not
It's
gonna
not
lie.
Sade, it's Sadie.
Oh my god. So what's our time, Will? What are we
We are
timing on?
at 1 hour 30 seconds, and Aaron's like, God, these motherfuckers, I want to go to bed.
What did you
It's
say?
my day
One?
off. What are you talking about?
Did you say 1 hour? What?
33 minutes. 1 hour 30 minutes, excuse me.
30 minutes.
Seth says he still loves that the hentai was always in the cartoon section of Blockbuster before they knew that shit was.
That is funny. Like,
oh, it's just cartoons. Here you go, kids.
yeah.
I thought this was about reading the Bible.
It's called hentai.
Am I going to hell for this? No.
There we go. See, Edie's got it. Jonathan Stewart Leibowitz.
Oh,
Leibowitz. Nice.
I mean, you could have fooled me.
Leibowitz.
I mean, he probably sounds like he owns a bagel shop with that one.
Yeah, at least a bagel shop or should be a banker. So
Bagel shop.
Bagel shop.
Only the Steins have hedge funds.
Do you know how much? Do you know how much he would like kick ass at making bagels? He would be so cool to see every day.
With
that
locks.
guy making bagels, it would be so dope. Oh man, that would make my day. Okay, Gordon, good brother, if you're still here, you dirty bastard.
Wow, Mel Brooks is Melvin Kaminsky. Oh man,
Wait, he's Jewish?
Am I
Mel
Jewish?
Brooks,
You learn something new every day, yo.
Mel Brooks is like super Jewish. He's made his career being in movies.
Yeah.
Hey.
Mel Brooks is the most Jewish person ever.
Yeah, he's like yeah.
It's like, me Jewish? Are you kidding? No.
If there was like a Street Fighter like power up meter for being Jewish, his would be like the 4 bars, like the 4 like overlapping ones. And he would like do a Ryu, a bunch of stories of David would be like just smacking Apocalypse in the face.
Can you believe it's all Jews? So tonight we're playing to 14 people. Thank you, all 14 of you that.
And we're gonna get struck, after this. So
yeah,
it was good knowing you.
Because of talking too much. So Gordon, good brother, this is what you're getting. I hope you enjoyed it.
That's beautiful.
It kind of came out okay.
And he's been asking for that for a good 2 months now. So
you have it's a little action scene, little thing going on.
Indeed, so, Jews in Space at the end of History of the World
Inquisition,
Part 1.
What a show, the Inquisition.
That's my favorite.
Go. We're wishing that you'd go away. Yeah. But the Inquisition's here and it's here to stay. Yeah.
And by the way, guys, before we go, here is the campaign link for Aaron, which is Pendragon. And I'd like to have one last look at it for the people who came in that were new. It is quite a beautiful campaign. Here it is. It's called Pendragon. The link is in the chat. It's on Kickstarter. And if we scroll down, you can see, as we said earlier, it has a very beautiful painted European look, especially again in his panel layouts. As you can see, this is no amateur book. This is a professional piece.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, man, look at this. The coloring is beautiful.
It is.
So head over to Kickstarter and back Pendragon by our good friend Aaron up here, and his artist Balaki.
Also, remember,
you may put. Look at that.
This is what's going out.
Hello, hockey, you cunt.
Issue 100. So I'm gonna see the 50 of you that actually I can visibly see who follow me on YouTube, we're going to run it through the whatever at some point. I'll give it all to Will. And this will go out to them. It's an 8.5 of the last issue of New Mutants. It's first appearance of X-Force, the first full appearance of Shatterstar, and it's the very last issue of the New Mutants before it became X-Force. So, and thank you all.
Very welcome.
And thank you all for coming out and actually like being here. This is our 16th episode? Is that where we're at?
Yeah, and thanks, Aaron, for coming on, man. We had a lot of fun with you on, and thanks for sharing this campaign with us.
No, of course, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we would have never seen how cool it was had you not come out here and kind of fucking taken us to task and shown us how good it really is. So, and we thank you for doing so.
A couple things before we close out. Do you want to let them know about the original art, Crager, for the past shows?
Oh, yes. So from the past shows, it's taken me a little bit to actually get everything all together. I'm like 11 shows behind or something, sending out art. Several of you have won twice. So if I have them, I'm going to send 2 at the same time. I enjoy doing this stuff. So, but I also want to grow my channel, guys. So you got to tell your friends more about it, or at least convince them I'm not so much of a dick that I won't give them free art. So, or if they think I'm a dick, they can always talk to me, and I'll be more than glad to
compound that.
Compound that and fix that. If it's that much of a problem, I fixed a lot of issues when somebody said something to me. I'll just immediately go over there and fix it. I may not even know it or be aware because I'm too stupid. So, I go, Will. Tell them how dumb I am.
Well, that too, but I just want to remind all the new people because I see a couple new faces in here. Remember, every Monday we advertise the show on Twitter, so please follow Crager up there, and you'll have an opportunity to post your suggestions there, and we always do a spin at the beginning of the show, and if we pick you, we draw your suggestion, and you win the art. So make sure you suggest every Monday before the show.
Yeah. I just smeared so much ink on
Hockey. See you next Tuesday. You can suggest again, so you can win again. He's like, you win again? Well, you can win again.
You mean you can win more than once? I just smeared so much ink on her face while I was trying to erase this.
Ooh, no.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Gordon, look what he did. He destroyed that beautiful, unblemished piece. He destroyed it. Look at that. Let's see what happened. What do you do? Let's see. Oh, it looks like what I want. Never mind. What kept me the last week? What I wanted to do.
Yeah. Just gave her a big black eye, and now I have to fix it.
Your false Anglo Imperial Australian modesty does not get you anywhere with me. Okay, Hockey. Just suggest again.
Hockey, you can suggest anytime you want, man. So I may ask to foot the bill if you want me to send it to Australia, or we can start building it up over time and sending it out to you at some point.
That's right, Gordon. Dirt. Good excuse. Makeup.
Make it worth it. Or if you come out here and come see Plagal and want to, we can do that prostate exam you need. So
cheaper than a Brazilian, butt lift.
Yeah, I'll take care of you.
Marco's reminding you that it's called whiteout, homeboy.
Oh, well, what's unfortunate is I used a funny ink and now it looks like it's smearing gray.
Something from the adult section of the favorite video store?
Something evil. Something dark side.
something dark side.
Exactly. He knows what that's from. Uh,
Especially
Yeah.
with Doc Glass.
She's
Oh my
too
God.
clean of a girl for her jungle lifestyle, according to Gordon.
Oh, I just fuck. I hate when that happens.
Damn it.
Best I can do, man. So,
He's been trying too much meathead. He's been uglying everybody up.
well, I tried to keep this page as pretty as possible. I'm not going to erase anything, but I'll have to kind of fix it, I guess.
I think it looks beautiful. I think we're good.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't want it to be horrible. Okay, so
All right.
guys, I appreciate y'all coming out. It's time to get the hell out of here. It's almost 10
Yep.
o'clock. We've gone really long. Go buy Aaron's book, AA Ron.
Please, it's in the chat.
Um,
Pendragon.
yeah, Pendragon. It's amazing, and I had a really good show. I think I did really well, and as always, we're going to actually close out with the thing we didn't open with. Here's our credits. So,
Good night.
have a great night, guys. Bye.